All right, for our first circuit, we're gonna do a clean and press. We're either gonna use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. On this clean and press, we're gonna keep on the dumbbell everything tight to the body, and we're using our legs to pop the weight up. So we have the dumbbell, we want our legs to thrust the weight up. So you see how, even though I let go, the bell is still moving up. So my force comes from the lower body, and then I just catch and I press. I catch, and then I can reset here and pop again and use my lower body again. So it's a clean and press, and again with the dumbbell, we're keeping everything close to the body. With the kettlebell, we're gonna use a little bit more of a swing motion. So we're gonna have a swing going, and then instead of letting it fly out, we'll just pull it into the body and press up. Back down to the swing, pull it into the body, press up. And on here, when I catch here, I want everything to be tight. My elbow is touching my body. The kettlebell is touching my body. I'm not out here. I'm here, 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 anywhere. My elbow is on my body. The kettlebell swings out, but instead of going out, I pull it in and catch it. From there, we're gonna do 6 to 8 of those on each side. Again, adding that press with it. So then we're gonna have a seated row on a cable. You may have an actual cable bench set up. That's great. Okay, we're gonna sit tall. We're gonna lean forward. I want those shoulder blades to spread apart. And then we sit up and extend our upper back only and row. Extend those shoulder blades, then row. Extend, contract. So notice how I'm not moving a lot at the hips or the low back. It's just my shoulder blades and upper back to kind of round out a little bit and have a nice strong row. And we're gonna get 10 to 12 reps here. So it's just those two moves. Again, the clean and press. So clean, press, clean, press. Get those legs, just throw the weight up, catch it, and press it. Okay, 6 to 8 each side. And then we have 10 to 12 reps on the seated row. First move on this next circuit, we're gonna get into a double looped band. I've got it anchored here on the squat rack. Anything that's pretty firm is not gonna collapse on you as good. We wanna loop the hip, so I don't wanna be up here in my side, my obliques, my abdomen. I wanna be on my hip. I'm gonna get a little tension in the band. I'm gonna internally rotate my pelvis to my leg. I'm gonna get on one foot, and then I'm gonna jump out as far as I can. I'm gonna shuffle back in. Big internal rotation, jump out, shuffle back in. So I'm just worried about the big jump out. Before I go, I want to load up into that hip and jump out. So I internally rotate, externally rotate to jump. We're gonna do 6 to 8 jumps on each side, not in a big hurry on those, just get good reps in. Then we're gonna come here, I've got a flat bench. I've got a pad on it, I'm a little taller, so I need to make that bench a little taller. If you're a little tall, you may need to add 1 or 2 of those. If you're not very tall, then that's okay. You can just use the bench. My working leg is going to be the leg that's on the floor. The knee is just on the bench for stability. Soft bend in the knee. Find where those toes push down into the floor, and we're going to get a big stretch as we hinge, and then scoop back up. So here my glute stretches, then my hamstring stretches, and then I scoop right back up. I use that stretch, so there's about as far as I can go. And so then I don't try to push it, I just come right back up, okay? It doesn't matter if the kettlebell gets the floor. I'm not rotating, turning, or arching my spine to get that kettlebell to the floor. I'm just keeping the stretch and the tension on the back side, and then scooping back up. We'll do 8 to 10 reps on each side. That's it for this round. So we'll really have both two sides on each exercise, so it's really kind of 4 rounds. It's gonna take you a minute. All right, we got a lot of jumping here. Good strength movement here, so make sure you take your rest before you get back onto your jumps. We have 4 rounds. We're gonna have a rack hold, so our elbows are up and in or down and in. We just don't want them out here. So we're gonna hold here. We're gonna be in a single leg split stance. We're gonna pull ourselves down and back up. Notice how my chest stays tall. I'm taking my hips down. I'm not dropping here at the chest. I'm pulling my hips to the ground, leaving that chest up. We're gonna do 8 to 10 on each side. A nice slow 3, 2, 1, down, and then pop back out. Make sure you're acknowledging that pace and taking your time on that way down. Pull yourself into the hole. Don't just drop. Now, if you have a sled, we're going to get access to the sled. I'm going to show you a couple cable moves or band moves that we can do if you don't have a sled with straps. We're going to be here. We're going to set our butt down, or we have tension on the straps, stand and grip. So try to time that stand up, we're pushing through the ground. So our legs push through the ground hard, and then stand up, and then I rip to me. Now, if you don't have a sled, we can do the same deal on a cable. Step back, get tension, so make sure you're not too close to the cable. We don't want the weights to bang down every rep. We're going to be here, start the squat position, stand and rip, stand and rip, stand and rip, stand and rip. We don't necessarily have to go super fast, although that is an option, but we want to have some weight on there. The row is challenging, but our legs are giving us a little assistance to get it up. We have a nice catch, and then we're slow on the return. Not super slow, but just control on that return. So it's a little bit of like a yielding, eccentric, catching that weight and then returning it back to its spot. We're gonna do 8 to 10 pulls with the sled, 10 to 12 pulls with a cable or a band. You can also do those one-handed if you need to. So we have 4 rounds of that. Some of us are trying to get a little cardio in, so we're doing a little power cardio today, a little HIIT. So we're doing 20 calorie sprints on the bike. We've got 20-second or 30-second sprints on the VersaClimber, and then we're doing 250 meter sprints on the rower. So everybody's kind of either mixing and matching those, or they're picking their poison, whatever you may. We have 3 rounds of that. So that'll conclude your workout. Appreciate you hanging with us. If you have any questions, let us know. Come join us in person. Thanks for hanging.